Yeah, my name's Thomas O'Regan. I'm a professional property investor here in Australia. Now, I just wanted to point out that if you are considering working with a buyer's agent, it could be a massive advantage to you, or it could just be a massive cost of no value to you. Now, let me explain. So if you use a buyer's agent, you want to look at it and go, what value am I going to get out of this transaction? Now, for most people are busy and they are going to get out of that transaction, hopefully, just the fact that they're going to be taking action, okay? They're buying a property, they're taking action, because it's far better to buy a property today, no matter what property it is, just to be frank, even if it's not the best property, versus buy a property in 10 years because you never took action. Let's just be clear there. So that's the service that most buyer's agents will be giving to their client. Now, there's a lot of buyer's agents that aren't good, and there's a lot of buyer's agents that are good. But basically, if if you can see, or if the buyer's agent can demonstrate how whatever their fee is, you are getting like a 10x return on that fee, then I would say that is a very good service that is worth paying for. Now, what would an example of that be? Say, for example, if you use a buyer's agent that you otherwise to source a property that you otherwise couldn't on your own, because you're not aware of properties available in your price point or the total amount of money you can use to buy them, because for whatever reason, maybe they're interstate and you're uncomfortable buying properties interstate, and the buyer's agent can source you a property that is going to make $100,000, for example, and the fee for the service is $10,000, then that's a good investment, right? Because you're making a 10x on the fee that you're paying. Okay, cool. So what I see, I just want to be clear about one thing, which is kind of not where I started with this video, but off-market deals in most circumstances are a scam. If a buyer's agent is marketing to you, I am going to get you off-market deals, honestly, it's like they're using a marketing strategy to get you, okay? Because they're telling you, I'm going to get you access to deals you otherwise wouldn't get access to. But what you don't realize is these deals that they otherwise wouldn't get access to are at price points that would be sold for anyway. Okay, so properties aren't off the market because they're selling for cheap. They're just off the market. They're not going to advertise a property off the market for a less price. Okay? So I get sent off the market deals all the time, okay? But at the end of the day, in most circumstances, I can find better deals on the market, right? So I'm looking at deals and I'm like, this is a good deal. It's on the market. And then I get sent an off the market deal and it's not good. Like, it's not good, right? It's not as good as the one I'm looking at on the market. But if I'm working with a person that's like, I want an off the market deal, should I not present that better deal to the person that's looking for an off the market deal that's better, that's on the market? Or should I present the off the market deal just so I can satisfy that person and give them what they want? I would say absolutely. I would say I'll present the best deal for them. What's, in my opinion, the best deal for them, because at the end of the day, I'll be doing them a disservice to give them a deal that's not the superior deal, right? It's in my best interest to make sure, if I was working with someone as a buyer's agent, it's in my best interest to make sure that I get them the best deal. They're coming to me as an experienced investor to figure out or to understand how I make investment decisions, how I make wealth, how I build wealth. So for me to just present properties to them or work with them to get a property that they think's the best property for them is not a good idea, right? Because if they were buying, if the novice investor was buying the properties that they thought were the right properties for them, then they wouldn't get very far. Like, the reason that they're using me is so they can buy the right properties to build wealth and scale as fast as possible through my experience, because I've done it before. Like, quite frankly, I had the opportunity to use a buyer's agent, which was quite skilled 6 years ago, and I said, no, I want to do it on my own. And I did it on my own, and it took me way longer to get where I am now than it could have, because I was buying properties that I thought were the best properties, not that they thought were the best properties. And I had to make those mistakes to grow. I had to push through those issues, which was a good learning experience, and I grew from it. But I didn't have to do it. If I just used a mentor, used a guide, they could have told me prior to making the mistakes that they were going to be a mistake. So that's my point, and I think any buyer's agent out there that is just trying to find you a property that you think's a good property, you're like, I want a tax depreciable property, I want a property with good tax advantages, I want a 4-bedroom property, not a 3-bedroom property. Like, if some buyer's agent's going to go out there and find you a property that's what it is, then their fee's going to be worthless, bro. If you think you need a buyer's agent to build your wealth, to find your property that fits within your criteria, like, you may as well do it yourself, honestly, because the reason you're using a buyer's agent is because you don't know how to build wealth in property. You don't have a 5, 10, 15, 20 property portfolio. And the reason you don't have a 5, 10, 15 property portfolio is because you don't know how to get there. You don't know how to do it. Most people get to, and then they can't do anymore, and then they just give up and they stop, because it's not common sense to know or understand how to do that. See you guys next time. Bye.